happy Monday. Today's recipe is going to be vegan croissants that we are going to put our tofurky deli slices in and some cheese, and it would be like the vegan version of a turkey and cheese croissant. And I've got a rolling pin now, so our croissants are actually going to be the correct size when we go to put them in our oven. We're going to do a few little ones. I'm going to do some plain ones because I'm going to be going on a trip and I want to take these with me. So I'll be filming all our videos for this week today in this outfit. So what's up? If not, then it happened. We have our box of puff pastry. I've got my deli slices from Tofurky, the smoked, and I've got my chao cheese right here. First, I'm going to open up my puff pastry I took out of the freezer section, and I left it defrost for about 2.5 to 3 hours. Now I'm only going to need about one sheet for this because my other sheet of puff pastry I'm going to be using as my dessert for this week. We've got puff pastry open. We've got one sheet of our puff pastry here. I've got a few of my little cutting pads about. We're going to take that. We're going to lay it on my cutting board here. Take our little pieces of paper out. And we're going to roll this thin. My first rolling pin, I actually bought it today. So we can actually get some good puff pastry going. We're going to put this. It doesn't get on my table. Push away from us. And make long skinny pieces. Put it as thin as we can. I tore a little bit, but that's okay. You just gotta stick it together. Now nice and thin, like that. Alright, I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to cut it into, where's my knife? Lovely. That's my knife today, I guess. We're going to take it and we're going to cut it into triangles. Now you're not going to want to do perfect triangles. You're going to want to do a triangle that has like a pizza shape. You're going to do one like a pizza shaped triangle where it's kind of thick and wide where the crust is and it goes in real narrow on the other side. I'm going to do one and show you. See, like this. So I've got my triangle like this. Got this wider part at the top and I've got a long skinny corner here. That's what we're looking for to make our croissants. I'm going to take that. Move my station over just a little bit. Now you could cut these and make like a few and then just I'm gonna cut a few of those triangles here. I've got this one, just pull it out a little bit, stretch it out just a little bit more, and that's what's gonna be our croissant. Now I'm going to cut the remaining bit of my sheet of puff pastry into my triangles, and then we're going to get our butter that we're going to melt. What's vegan butter that we're going to melt. We're going to brush over it, and then we're going to put in our cheese and our deli slices. Alright, now that I've got all of my dough for my croissants cut, I've got them here in my big, kind of oddly shaped triangles here. I've got here. Now I'm going to take one of these. I'm going to put it on my workstation here. Try to press it out as far as I can. And I'm going to take one piece. I'm going to take about a half piece of my chao cheese. I'm going to put that on the bigger part at the top of the triangle, not the long skinny piece. I'm going to get a piece of the tofurky deli slice, the smoked I have here. I'm going to fold that gently on top. And I'm going to take it and I'm going to turn this over to where all of it is flipped around inside the croissant. Like this. Like that. So your idea is to make a triangle. So the top part of the triangle with the meat and the cheese, and then just roll it over to where the meat and the cheese is at the top and the little tiny tail end is at underneath your meat and your cheese. Meat and cheese. And our vegan deli slices and our chao cheese. Now, since I did that, I just folded over any parts that might have been sticking outside, any piece of the vegan cheese or the deli slice that might have been on the outside or sticking out from the dough. I just smoothed my dough over and kind of pulled my dough and covered it to where all my my deli slice and my cheese is on the inside. I'm going to do a few more of those to show you. But if you are going to be preheating your oven, preheat it to 350 degrees. Because that's what we're going to be cooking these croissants under. Got our piece of cheese here. I'm going to take a piece of my smoked deli slice. Here. Fold that in. I'm going to tuck it where it's inside our croissant. Fold it in. Fold it in. Don't want any piece of our meat or our cheese to be on the outside of our dough because it will just melt and stick to the pan and probably burn. So you want to cover your bits of cheese and your deli slice with your dough. Try to keep it as much to the triangle shape as possible, where it's a folded over triangle shape. But you need to keep the meat, the deli slice and the cheese on the inside. Kind of just tuck it over to where it's all covered. Now, if it doesn't really look like croissants afterwards, that's fine. As long as the meat and the cheese didn't burn, you've done well. We'll do one more. Then we're going to just put our oven together. I'm going to make the rest of these. I'm going to do some plain ones as well. Which means I'm just going to take this. I'm going to fold it over this way to make our croissant. And put that to the side. So if you want to do it without the inside pieces, the pieces of dairy-free cheese and the tofurky slices, you just take it and you fold it over and just leave it empty. Try to leave it more like a croissant shape. Now I'm going to finish filling my croissants and I'm going to get my tabletop oven up on my work surface. And then we're going to take a little bit of melted dairy-free butter and we're going to just like brush that on top of everything before we put it in our oven. Now, I'm not going to be using a pan because I'm just going to be using my bottom of my tabletop oven. But you should probably spray your pan with cooking spray so these don't stick. Oh, and if you were wondering how many croissants I made from my one sheet of puff pastry, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have about 12 croissants that I made, but these are going to be smaller croissants because I'm wanting to take them as a travel snack. So these are going to be like hors d'oeuvres for a party. They're really good for breakfast. I eat these for breakfast. But I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling soon, and I'm going to need something that I can just take with me. I'll put in a cooler, and then I can just reheat later as a meal or a snack for myself. So this made 12 croissants, but they are smaller croissants. Maybe make about 6 if you want very large croissants. But with the puff pastry, they puff up a lot because they're puff pastry. So maybe make 6 if you're going to reduce it down and make bigger croissants. Alright, got all my croissants made. I'm going to take about a tablespoon of dairy-free butter and I'm going to melt it in my microwave to brush over the tops of my croissants. To kind of help seal them and wet them down a little bit to keep them from to keep the meat and the cheese inside, not baking around and being weird. So we're gonna take that, we're gonna microwave it for 20 seconds. Now I'm going to spray down my oven. And get the top off. There we go. Yeah. So it won't stick. Butter's melted. Got it here. Got my little thing over it. I'm going to take my first one, put it on top. A little bit of butter, not much at all. Just brush that over the top. Now if you want to, you can add like spinach or tomatoes or any kind of lovely vegetables to add to these little toasted croissant sandwiches. You can also just make plain croissants, and if you're able to, just cut them and make the sandwich with them afterwards. But I like to fill mine, so we're going to do those. And just a little bit. Brush that over the top. Now we don't need to put it on the oil on the bottom because I do have a pan that's sprayed, so it already has oil on the bottom. Put that in. A little bit of oil. Now we're going to put these for about 10 minutes and then I'm going to check them. If they're puffed up enough and they've gotten golden brown, I'm going to take them out. If not, I'm going to put them for another 5. Just line the bottom of my pan with these. Now I made 6 that have the cheese and the deli slices, and I have 6 that are without, that are plain. So the ones that have the deli slices and the cheese, I'm putting them there on the outer rim. The ones with the plain, I'm going to be putting towards my middle of my pan, because I'll be using a tabletop oven. I'll brush those at the top. Now, the ones that don't have the meat in them, they're a little bit flimsy, because they haven't got much structure to them, because they're just puff pastry that I've folded over. You always need a few plain ones when you make croissant sandwiches, just in case you're making for a bunch of people and they don't exactly like the filling. They can eat it plain or just with butter or however they like. So I always make a few that have stuffing in them and some that are plain, just in case. Last couple we're going to be putting in. Alright. I'm going to have to do some rearranging because they don't seem to all fit right now. So I'm going to scoot these over just a bit and hopefully I didn't ruin them. There we go. I just need space for one more and I got it. Alright, cool. A little butter on top. Not much at all. Alright, we're going to put these for 350 for 10 minutes, and then we're going to do increments of 5 minutes until they're golden brown. This is plugged in, so I'm going to do it right now. This is cook time, 10 minutes start. I will see you in 10 minutes. If these are golden brown, we're going to take them out and do a taste test. If not, we're going to do 5 minutes more. Alright, it's been 10 minutes. Our croissants have puffed up a great deal. Like, they're starting to look like actual croissants now instead of just sad pieces of fold over triangle dough. We're going to give it another 5 minutes to make sure they get to where they're golden brown, and then it should be time to take out and try them. And put it for another 5 minutes. Alright, quick time. Okay, let's see. Clear, cook tip, 350, cook time, 5 minutes, start. My bad. Well, that's how you use a new wave oven. Oh, before I forget, be careful in the kitchen. Be careful with knives. If you are more of a diabetic person, I suggest not eating more than 1 or 2 of these in a meal, depending on your dietary needs and your plans. These are not gluten-free. They do have wheat in them. I do not know how to make gluten-free croissants, but I'm thinking about maybe a gluten-free option at least once this week. Maybe Wednesday will be a gluten-free option. Friday is also going to have puff pastry, so it's not going to be gluten-free. But yeah, these are croissants. We've got about 4.5 minutes left on those, and then they'll be ready to eat. In case I forget, I post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Mondays are breakfast, Wednesdays are lunch dinners, and Fridays are desserts. And all my social media is Sweet G Amber. If you have any questions, concerns, or comments. It's almost like I've done that before. About 40 times. Is it 40 times? I don't know. I probably have at least 50 videos out. Who knows? But anyway, our lovely croissants are getting nice and puffy, and that's what we want. We're just waiting for them to get golden brown. Alright, all of our croissants are done. Now I just awkwardly walk in front of the camera. I'm going to give them a few minutes to cool before I take them out. But they do look nice, golden brown, and lovely. And they look like croissants, which is pretty cool. There's a 50-50 chance they weren't going to look like croissants. I'll be completely honest with you. But they look pretty decent, so I'm happy. Yay. We're going to let these cool. I'm going to put mine in an icebox, refrigerator. I don't know how they keep in the freezer, but might want to see about that if you want to use these as breakfast sandwiches and pre-meal or pre-prep for these. So, yeah. All mine are done. Yay, they're nice and pretty and golden brown. Yes. I'll see you in a few when these are ready to take out. Alright, I've let my croissants cool for a few minutes. I'm going to take one of the ones that have the meat and cheese. I'm going to get a quick taste test. Then I'm going to put it back in the pan, take a nice pretty Instagram picture. And you guys will see this on Monday. I don't really have a thing about it. I have to do dishes. I'm human. I'm sorry. Alright, I'm going to take this. It's all nice and puffed up and cute. Oh my god. That's good. Yay! That's pretty good. Oh, my breakfast is made for the rest of the week. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. I already gave you the spiel about whatever. Oh, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the bell notifications so you get notified every time I post. I post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I already told you that. Social media is Sweet G Amber. If you got any questions, concerns, or comments. Like this video for more croissant videos. Maybe I'll try to do actual croissants instead of just weird turnovers stuffed with meat and cheese. But yeah, thanks for watching. Bye. Bye.